The moment it happened, it felt like one of those live television seconds that instantly escape the studio and explode across the internet. Joe Rogan, known for pushing boundaries and saying what many won't, made a series of remarks about Meghan Markle during a live broadcast that immediately triggered outrage, laughter, shock, and intense debate all at once. Within minutes, clips were being shared, reactions were pouring in, and the phrase, "Joe Rogan mocks Meghan Markle," was trending across platforms. What started as a casual discussion quickly turned into a media storm that reignited long-running controversies around the Duchess of Sussex and her past in the public eye. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. According to the article, Rogan's comments came during an unscripted segment where he was discussing celebrity image-making, media narratives, and how public figures reinvent themselves. In the middle of that conversation, he referenced old tabloid rumors that have followed Meghan for years, specifically gossip tied to her pre-royal social life, including persistent online speculation about luxury lifestyles and associations with wealthy elites. Rogan framed the remarks as an example of how rumors stick, even when they are unproven, but the tone and phrasing were widely interpreted as mocking and dismissive. That interpretation is what set off the backlash. Almost immediately after the clip circulated, viewers accused Rogan of crossing a line by repeating and joking about allegations that have never been substantiated. Critics argued that even referencing such rumors, especially on a massive platform, reinforces misogynistic narratives that have long been used to undermine women in the public eye. Supporters of Meghan were quick to point out that similar rumors are rarely weaponized against male public figures in the same way, and they accused Rogan of using shock value at the expense of fairness and responsibility. The article reports that Meghan herself did not remain silent as the clip gained traction. Sources close to her claim she was furious when she saw the footage, describing her reaction as deeply upset and emotionally charged. While she did not respond directly on Rogan's platform, her camp reportedly made it clear that she viewed the comments as a personal attack that recycled harmful gossip she has spent years trying to move past. The feeling, according to those sources, was not just anger but exhaustion at seeing old narratives dragged back into the spotlight yet again. What made the situation escalate even further was the timing. Meghan and Prince Harry have spent recent years positioning themselves as advocates against media harassment and online abuse. For their supporters, Rogan's remarks felt like a direct contradiction to the broader cultural conversation about accountability and responsible speech. For critics of the couple, however, the incident was framed very differently. Some argued that Meghan's public image has always been carefully curated and that comedians and commentators should be free to question it without being accused of cruelty. Joe Rogan, for his part, did not immediately issue an apology. Instead, he reportedly doubled down in follow-up commentary, suggesting that public figures cannot expect immunity from jokes or criticism simply because the topic makes them uncomfortable. He framed his remarks as commentary on media hypocrisy rather than a personal attack, arguing that discussing rumors does not automatically mean endorsing them. This response only added fuel to the fire, with critics saying it showed a lack of empathy, while supporters praised him for refusing to backtrack under pressure. The media response was swift and divided. Some outlets condemned Rogan's remarks as reckless and unnecessary, highlighting the long history of sexist gossip used to discredit Meghan since her relationship with Prince Harry became public. Others focused on Meghan's reaction, portraying it as proof that she is overly sensitive to criticism and unable to tolerate dissenting voices. The same incident was thus framed in radically different ways, depending on the outlet and its audience. Social media became the main battlefield. Hashtags supporting Meghan trended alongside hashtags defending Rogan. Clips were dissected frame by frame, tone by tone, with users arguing over intent, impact, and responsibility. Some viewers argued that Rogan was clearly joking and that outrage culture had gone too far. Others insisted that jokes rooted in harmful stereotypes stop being jokes when they reach millions and reinforce damaging narratives. The article also notes that this incident revived broader debates about Meghan Markle's treatment in the media since she joined the royal family. Supporters pointed to past coverage that they say unfairly scrutinized her background, her family, and her behavior in ways that were not applied to other royals. They argued that Rogan's comments fit into that same pattern, even if unintentionally. Critics, however, countered that Meghan has built her brand around controlling her narrative, and that public commentary is an inevitable part of fame. Industry insiders weighed in as well. Some media analysts suggested that the controversy was almost inevitable given Rogan's style and Meghan's polarizing public image. Others questioned whether platforms that host massive audiences should impose stricter standards, especially when discussions involve unverified claims about real people. The tension between free speech and responsible broadcasting once again took center stage. As the days passed, the story continued to evolve. New reaction videos, opinion pieces, and panel discussions kept the issue alive. Some celebrities voiced support for Meghan, calling out what they saw as lazy, sexist humor. Others defended Rogan's right to speak freely, warning against what they described as a chilling effect on open conversation. Each new voice added another layer to an already complex debate. What stands out most from this incident is how quickly old rumors can resurface and dominate headlines, even years after they first appeared. Whether Rogan intended to provoke or simply spoke off the cuff, the reaction shows how sensitive and unresolved the public conversation around Meghan Markle remains. For her, the incident reportedly felt like being dragged backward into a narrative she has repeatedly tried to leave behind. For Rogan, it became another example of how his unfiltered approach continues to attract both fierce loyalty and intense criticism. In the end, this story is about more than a single comment on live TV. It is about power, platforms, and the long shadow of rumor in the digital age. It raises questions about who gets to define someone's past, how jokes can shape public perception, and where the line lies between commentary and harm. As audiences, we are left to decide not only who we agree with, but what kind of media culture we want to support moving forward. If you want to stay informed on the biggest media clashes, celebrity controversies, and the stories behind the headlines, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective matters, and the conversation doesn't end here.